Chapter 6.5. A new evening came, but with it the same questions. What should a friend do? Jessie sat at the table and poked at the food getting cold on her plate. She had no appetite. Her mind and her heart were too full of the last 2 days. It all hung on her, she knew. On the secret she held, the secret no one knew she was holding. It was a heavy secret. It weighed on her heart like a stone. Mark's last wish, whether or not it came true, depended on whether or not she told. She knew how torn up his parents were. She knew how miserable their last 24 hours had been. She knew how sad and scared and desperate they were. They just wanted their sick son back. Whether or not they got him back depended on whether or not she told. It was all on her. Her heart shook, holding the secret's heavy weight. She was going to keep holding it, she'd decided sometime in the middle of the dark afternoon. It was a hard thing for her heart to hold, but her best friend's heart was bearing something far heavier, she knew. And it ought to be his choice. It ought to be his choice. "Hey, mi amor," her mom said, breaking the silence. "Cómo está? You okay?" "Sí," Jessie shrugged. "I'm fine, Mama." Her mom reached across the table and squeezed Jessie's hand. "Don't worry, sweetie, they'll find him." Jessie's eyes dropped down. "Yeah," she said. Her mom pulled her hand back and took a bite of food. "Why do you think he ran away? Seems like a terrible thing to do to his parents, after everything they've been through." Without thinking, Jessie blurted out her answer. Maybe it was because she was tired. Maybe it was because she didn't want her mom saying bad things about her friend. Not then. Or maybe it was because her heart couldn't hold on to the weight of 2 terrible secrets. "Because he's dying," she said, her voice flat, her eyes still on her plate. Her mom stopped chewing with her mouth half open. "¿Qué? What do you mean?" she asked through a mouthful of food. Jessie felt her eyes fill with tears, but she blinked them back, pushed them back down inside her to keep her secret warm. "I mean the cancer's back," she answered, her voice sounding almost mean. "They found out last week, after the tests." Her mom swallowed slowly and set her fork down. "Oh," she said. Then again, "Oh." She cleared her throat. "But that doesn't mean he's dying, mija. So his cancer's back. He's beat it before. Mark's always been a fighter. You know that." Jessie dropped her fork to her plate with a clatter. She shook her head and sniffed. "But he was supposed to be better, and he's not. He was gonna have to go back in for another round of treatment tomorrow." Jessie finally looked up into her mom's wide eyes. "And he was just feeling good again. His hair was just starting to grow back. And now the cancer's back and he has to start all over again." Jessie shrugged and bit her lip. And so he left. There was a silence. A clock ticked somewhere in the house, counting down life's moments. Jess picked up her fork and brought a bite of food to her mouth. She didn't want to say any more. She was afraid that once she started talking, she wouldn't stop until it all came out. Then her mom asked her the question she dreaded. "Where do you think he went?" Jessie swallowed. Her heart held tight as it could, to the secret. Held it tight so it wouldn't slip from her heart and out her mouth. "I don't know," she said, her voice quiet and thin. Quiet and thin because of the secret her heart struggled to hold. It was so heavy. Her heart's fingers slipped a bit, but held on, shaking.